Alrighty, this will be a playoff stage 3 match 2 game 1 first half of GR versus WBG. WBG is moving straight on from their FPX DQ game, so they're playing like their 6th game right now. But we'll move on, and this is Ivy with Instant Detention alongside with Blink. Alright, Iron's Factory with Ninya here as Ivy. Their team comp is Psycho and Barman here might be a little bit harder here for us to play around. Maybe Opera wouldn't be a bad choice too. But it seems like right now we're gonna go after Persicat. No, we're not going after Persicat. There is Hui nearby as well as the Mercenary, in which Mercy really wouldn't be, well, it would be a pretty bad chase unless you can cancel the elbow pads. But for now it seems like we're gonna go back straight towards Barmaid here and to start locking this factory too, but it seems like we're going to decide to change targets. Okay, maybe Acro would just generally be a better choice. We're going to have to see. We did manage to land the 40 stacks of Revelation immediately, and now for Acrobat it really is just more or less about, you know, getting Acrobat stuck in one area and not allowing him to gain any further more distance away. For now we're able to get 94 stacks immediately, and it seems like that one Revelation from Yitian is going to be able to take it all home. If WBG here wants to contain for even longer, like if there was a Seer alongside with maybe a Whistle, it definitely could have been better, but I think Seer was banned. So formal elimination went up to 24.6% here alongside with Taigame on 26.6. Meanwhile, for our Acrobat, we're kind of confined in this one area. Now that is a Fireball utilized, but Ivy does have a blink in which you can use pretty soon here as well. That's going to be Acrobat down within 90 seconds here. So it's not the best currently for the survivors, because preferably speaking we would like a 2-minute containment, but I guess that, you know, that 94 stack immediate with a Revelation from the Phantom, 100 stack for the normal hit, it's gonna hurt here quite a lot. But the good news is we can have Mercenary rescue twice. That's the good news. Because you genuinely do have to rescue as, you know, as the rescuer, especially against Ivy too. It's a little bit similar to going up against a Hermit, but for now, Mercenary at around 70 stacks. We're going to elbow pad out here for the second time, just so we don't follow up with the hit. Overall, for now, it's a tie. It's more or less of a tie guaranteeable game here for WBG. But what we do have to also take into consideration of right now is will Merc come to rescue one more time? They don't have a second tie turner, so if Merc actually comes in to rescue, it might be a little bit better, but we're a little bit worried about middle Cypher Machine here, it seems. We do see Barmaid nearby as well, not Barmaid, sorry, Psycho nearby as well as the... Wait, well, Juan nearby is a psychologist, excuse me. And now Mercenary will be coming in here once again. We need to be a little bit more careful here with Revelation. We did get 40 stacks as we were looking back. Very nice prediction there from Ninya. And it seems like for now... Oh, by the way, for those of you wondering why I call Nia, it's because that's actually his ID, how it's pronounced. It's just one day when I was listening to the CM broadcast, I was just trying to listen to how they pronounce their names, and apparently that's how you say it. But for now, Mercenary 99%, not bad. We just have to be very careful of Revelation here, unless you can force a 100% stack here immediately, just so, you know, well, that's when you can only do that if Ivy actually leaves you. But for now, I don't think it will be the best case scenario. Yes, we did manage to get behind the pallet, but it seems like for now, Mercenary should be able to take over the second pallet there near the runes area at Factory. For the time being, the Cypher Machines is around 4, let's say 4 and maybe 30% Cypher Machine done. We are getting rid of quite a lot here, but it's honestly speaking okay for survivors to utilize their items here, especially for Barmaid too. She doesn't necessarily have to use her doubling speed boost. All what she needs to do here is to keep decoding and then get that 100% stack. And, you know, drink her normal doubling. Because, like, for Barmaid, her doubling endgame isn't really going to matter much against a Detention Ivy. Unless we're going to buy enough time for for detention to be over, in which most of the case, yes, that is 100% possible. Right now, we're going to try look for Merc, who's opening a new Cypher machine there at Factory Gate. Meanwhile, Psycho, it seems like she's going to rotate from the back towards Barmaid's Cypher machine, since Barmaid needs a lot of time here with a decoding prog, well, not decoding containment, but with the blink open there, Persicot's not using her doubling here just yet. It seems like we want to get a 100% stack here, but it might just be a tiny... Can we fly? We fly a little bit too early. To be honest with you, we fly a little bit too early. I guess we were afraid of using up the doubling, and then maybe if, you know, Ivy just immediately teleport on towards you, it's not a heal anyway, so there's no point. That could be one of the other possibilities too. But for now, it seems like we are going to be able to see Mercenary coming in for the rescue once again. Psycho did not give the whistle this time. Well, even if Nina wants to change targets here, it wouldn't matter much, because as long as Mercenary gets this rescue on Barmaid, in a nutshell, that's all what it needs for them to actually get Barmaid back to full health, because now Barmaid also can't be leeched for a good amount of time. But for now, we're going to leech on towards Mercenary here. Meanwhile, Psycho is currently opening the last Cypher machine, currently 80%. Okay, that's fine. For Mercenary himself, he did get the 93 stack. It's 24 stacks, so we're going to force the 100, and we need to run out here immediately. Psycho Cypher machine, do we want to teleport over is the question. Do we want to teleport over this question? We are going to teleport towards Barmaid here, alongside with a speed doubling, and that's a Cypher machine pop. Okay, Barmaid doesn't have... Alright, Barmaid doesn't have borrowed time. That became a huge issue. That actually became a huge issue right now. WBG can only aim for a one-man escape. WBG right now can only aim for a one-man escape. As we teleport out here immediately, Barmaid was after half rescued. And of course, from WBG Survivor side, we need to play the lawn endgame. Preferably if Psycho can find a locker, it would be for the best, but also Mercenary needs to run a long way from this area. We're trying to mind game here, but it doesn't seem like our Ivy knows where the Mercenary is. For now, Juan is more or less, he's not inside the locker, but he is very far away from the exit gate, and even if Ivy decides to teleport over, you'll only get 99 stacks at best, because of that 5% movement speed, which is from borrowed time. For the time being, look, okay, it's going to be a guaranteed charm elimination, but we do need to get someone down ASAP, because the moment you decide that, oh, my detention's over, the survivors are just going to open the exit gate, and that's kind of all what it matters here. We're going to leech on towards Juan immediately. That's 19 stacks, that's fine. We did take a normal hit right there, but that just means Mercy needs to run straight towards the other exit gate. Yes, the timing won't be enough, but it should probably be, well, yeah, actually won't be enough. It's not 30 seconds anymore. So right now, knowing where Mercy is, knowing where Psycho, well, Psycho more or less right now is a hit or miss. Because Psychologist in this case scenario can definitely, we need to delete here. For Nina, you need to delete here no matter what. Because if Mercenary decides to crawl away from your Ostracon, it kind of is useless anyway. So you, preferably speaking, want to delete there. Let Mercenary use up Selfie and put the Phantom there. And then we can just play the long endgame here with Psychologist. Because if Mercenary decides to actually open the gate, then it's kind of a YOLO holo. It's a 4-man elimination. But for now, we are playing this fairly safely with 1 second left on detention. Let's just see if this can end up as a 3-man, well, 1-man escape. That's all what we are waiting for you. That's a 100 stack on towards Psycho, and Mercenary is now getting rid of Ostracon nearby. It seems like Mercy would be able to get out here then if that, he won't. Okay, let's just say it this way, right? If he does, then he won't. Hey, we didn't get a hit. We're gonna teleport over here immediately. A Psycho should have enough time to open the exit gate. Psycho should have enough time here. He's buying a lot of time just with that, but that should be more or less about enough time. We can't really get rid of Ostracon. No, we won't have enough time. Yeah, we won't have enough time. If it wasn't for that Ostracon, it might have been a little bit more different, but for now, it seems like we are going to be able to get a 100 stack that we could potentially teleport over, but with Nina's point of view here, it is going to be a good teleportation over, and that's a 4-man elimination against such a strong tanky team as well for Ivy. That's a huge plus here for Gior's Hunter. But we'll move on straight towards second half. Okay, Alex with Opera here, trauma detection alongside with Blink. We will be able to see female dancer here on Arms Factory, which isn't that much of a bad choice here against Opera too. That's a lot of time you can waste here against such a fast hunter. Alrighty, there will be Alekasa here spawning by Moongate, but even with Moongate here, let's just see who our main targets is. We see that female dancer deploy the slow music box near towards factory right now, but for Alex here as well, we're looking for Xmail. Who's Xmail playing? Gardner. Okay, Gardner chase here, but Gardner does not have tie turners, so seems like from GR Survivor side, they kind of know themselves that they only need a one-man escape here to actually win round 1. But losing the Gardner here might hurt us quite a bit. We are going to be able to see footprints here immediately, but with that bubble, it seems like Xmail is going to be able to rotate straight towards the next window here immediately without taking that window hit from the Opera. But even so, even so, this is a flywheel Gardener, so there's still a lot here to keep in mind. We do want to play a little bit more mind games as we do get a Vault Orb, but sadly, we decide to hit instead of Shadow Dance over. Therefore, in our case scenario here, 60 seconds in towards the game and you still don't have a hit just yet, you might need to use Blink here. You genuinely speaking might need to use Blink here ASAP because there's no point in saving. Yeah, there's no point in saving. You also don't want Gardner to stand for 0.3 seconds to gain that like 5-second shield. So preferably speaking here, you would like to get the Blink out ASAP. And of course, we're Gardner here, a 5-second shield will be able to come out and we probably will be able to take Window Speed Boost away as well. So with this Window Speed Boost, it's honestly speaking one of Gardner's best kites against Opera. It is one of Gardner's best kites against Opera. We decided not to hit here for Alekasa, really. I feel like you could hit here because like even there is muscle memory, you should, well, it should be in cooldown, especially after how much the Gardner has vaulted. But it is 105 seconds in towards the game. It's a bit of a slower down here compared to usual. It is a little bit of a slower down here compared to the usual. But more or less right now what we want to see is there a possibility of stopping? No, there's not. If we could land a double hit on Mercenary, this could potentially be a 4-man elimination, but if we don't do that, then your 4-man elimination rate basically goes down to 0 unless it's a Terror Shock. But I don't think against one of the best rescuers and with a Seer's Owl you can get a Terror Shock. So well, it might be able to, well, it will be a double hit. It will be a double hit, not might, it will. It's definite here, as Gardner is trying to rotate away here once again. But in such a tight area like this, there's not a lot you can use aside from one window. We Shadow Danced early. We Shadow Danced a little bit too early here. We probably would take the window around 4 seconds. That's a slow vault. That's a hit on straight towards the bubble. Wait, did we hit the bubble? No, we didn't. No, we didn't. If we hit the bubble, we'll get max presence here. And Mercenary is just hiding. So Mercy knows that all he needs to do here is to rescue. But Gardner is hiding with just one window. Alekasa. Wow. Okay. Our Hunter is panicking. I'm a bit sad that we don't see the heart rates here. If we do see the heart rates, it might be a little bit easier to justify their actions, but this Gardner is insanely well done by the Gardner. That's a 120-second containment with so much mind games here. But for our Mercenary here too, he does have 2 elbow pads, but he doesn't need to use any of them. Therefore, all what it takes right now is for our last Cypher Machine to be almost primed. And it will be almost primed because this is a Seer and a female dancer out there decoding. So with the Cypher Machine primed here, let's see, AK is priming the Cypher Machine. Atta will be going straight towards the exit gate. Therefore, in our case scenario, while the lag is happening on stream, we were just trying to buy a little bit more time. Gardner did get rescued. Can we get a body block? We got a flywheel. Ooh, okay, GG's, that's a tie game. Still a tie game. Still, it's okay. It's still a tie game at the end of the day. Still a tie game. We decided to pop there a little bit late, just in case Opera decided to come over and hit Mercenary. But if we see Opera vaulting over the window, then that just means, hey, we can pop now because Mercy is in a really safe spot. We do have teleport as Atta is currently hiding, and I don't know why the stream is lagging, but I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna continue. Okay, the stream is lagging, but it's not a me issue, it's a stream issue from IDV. So it's just some Bilibili issues, I won't lie with you. I might just skip forward here. Can I? Oh, it's now if I'm 7.115 megabytes per second, then I should be able to get 4K quality, but oh well, this is what happens when you use an overseas website. But for now, we're going to be able to guarantee a 2-man escape, and it seems like female dancer got the dungeon there too. Wow, let's move on.